everyone? Jared Wright of Riot Heart Media here live at 4th and Muhammad in Louisville, Kentucky. Supreme Court Justice Coney Barrett is here for a meeting with Senator Mitch McConnell. Two Republicans in politics, well, one in politics, one in the judicial system, but they have come to me to discuss something. I don't really have the details on what they are discussing in particular, but there is a number of pro-choice activists that have gathered outside of the Silbach where it is that they are gathering. So that is where we are at, Louisville, Kentucky, outside the Silbach for this pro-choice rally. They did rally at, I believe, 6th and Broadway, and then they marched down here to rally in front of the Silbach. So let's go ahead and see what all we got going on. It's pretty windy today, so I do apologize for that static that you're gonna get. I don't have my mics or anything with me, so sorry. Kind of spur of the moment, it all popped up real quick. Well, Stephanie, give me a second. I'm gonna give you a spin. I just want to get my mask back on before I got around people. Well, give me 2 seconds. Say at least 100 people easily, 125, maybe 150 pushing, but about 100 at least. And McConnell are discussing. I haven't received that information. Again, this is pretty spur of the moment. I found out about it about an hour ago. Was able to make it down. There was a march that came several blocks to this location to rally. I was not able to make the march, so I was able to get down here and get parked closer so that I could at least get the individuals here standing up for women's reproductive rights. like I said, it was pretty spur of the moment. I found out about it about an hour ago, and luckily was free and able to make it down here at least for the rally. Again, there was a march that met, I believe, 4th and Broadway, and then made its way down here to the Seelbach at 4th and Muhammad. I'd like to point out the number of people that are out here and wearing masks. Because the Delta variant is still very real. COVID is still very real. Kentucky is actually having a really big struggle with it at the moment. Louisville in particular. Hello? Alright, I'll be safe. So, you know, you should be masking up at the moment.
When abortion rights are under attack, what do we do?
That is a great question. I'm not sure if it is a common occurrence for a Supreme Court justice to have a private meeting in a hotel with a senator. Gentleman with the bullhorn, I recognize, but I don't know his name. When he swings around, I'll see what his shirt says. What? Who? Nicole? I don't think I've seen her comment. Well, I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but I was able to, so. One common occurrence with marches and rallies is that there will be street medics that assist, and the biggest way is by making sure that there are supplies like water and snacks so individuals can keep their strength up to maintain practicing their First Amendment right as they are doing currently. So, you know, safety is always key whenever something like this is planned. The medics will come out and they have some general training, not necessarily certified. They're referred to as street meds for a reason, but they do come out and they can handle, you know, several things. But most in particular, what ends up affecting at rallies like this is going to be heat exposure, heat exhaustion, overheating. So making sure that the water and the supplies and like maybe some ice packs and stuff is important.
If we don't get
it is David Neal. He is wearing a shirt that is Party for Socialism and Liberation. I believe it's one of the two socialist parties that are active here. The Democratic Socialist Party is also in Louisville, Kentucky.
Tough guys in the silver, huh? Tough guys, huh? I got one clear left in my state! Who's mad about it? I got one clear left in my state! Who's mad about it? Who's mad about it? Who's mad about it?
It's not exactly protesting, it's more rallying, but they are not rallying in front of City Hall or the courthouse because Mitch McConnell and Supreme Court Justice Coney Barrett are currently here inside the toolbox. So that's why the protest is here. It makes more sense to go straight to where they're at instead of going and standing in front of an empty building on a Sunday, right? Small police presence. There's not a whole lot of cops. I see a couple that are over on the other side of the crowd that way. I was watching Maxwell's live while they were marching earlier, and I believe he saw a larger police presence, but there's not too much at the moment. I know last summer it was unacceptable to block streets, so anytime something like this would happen, even on a side street such as this, LMPD would come out and they would crack skulls. Come out with pepper balls and tear gas early on. They stopped using tear gas later, but the pepper balls never stopped. There were rubber bullets, even though they claimed there were never rubber bullets. I personally know someone that was out there that got hit in the forehead with a rubber bullet and split her forehead open. She had to get plastic surgery. So yeah, it's I don't know, maybe a little refreshing to see a march and LMPD not coming out and busting schools, but at the same time, this isn't a BLM march, and that's what was going on all last summer. individuals that marched for free Palestine for several months were popping up in the Highlands. They might still be, I just haven't heard lately, but they would pop up in the Highlands on Bardstown Road and block traffic and march, and LMPD wouldn't even show up. They wouldn't do anything about it. So completely counter to LMPD's reaction to BLM protesters in the Highlands last summer. Similarly, this is also completely counter to LMPD's reactions last summer to BLM protests. So, might not be blatant racism. They may not be saying the N-word directly, but that is, some indication of systemic racism. As long as we're not screaming Black Lives Matter, we can scream Free Palestine, we can scream, pro-choice, and LMPD stays off. But as soon as you say Black Lives Matter, they're down here. Mark Gatton, we're not being assholes to all the other guests there. We're being assholes to Mitch McConnell and to Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who is in there. And maybe, if they go and they complain about us out here, the hotel could make the correct decision and maybe kick the two individuals out of the hotel, and then we would leave. And then we would leave the rest of the guests alone. But it is interesting that a Supreme Court justice and a senator would be having a private meeting on a Sunday in a hotel. Mark called us ass clowns. That's hilarious. Let's see if we can get a focus on this. There we go. A little bit of detail. This is from the Kentucky Health Justice Network. Email right there. Kentucky Health Justice Network. You can get more information on them. We were probably at maybe 125 at the peak. Numbers maybe dwindled to about 100 at the moment. We're currently in Louisville, Kentucky, outside the Silbach Hotel, where Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett and Senator Mitch McConnell are believed to be having a meeting at the moment. Interesting that it's on a Sunday. Interesting that it's in a hotel as opposed to informal chambers. These are just the details I've been given and I am reporting to you. Hey, Mark, it looks like you're on our side. You understand. There are innumerous bountiful forms of birth control. And they should just be free under a universal health care system to protect individuals so that abortions don't have to be as abundant. That's the thing. If these options are made accessible, condoms and Plan B, if they were made accessible and easy to get to, then abortion wouldn't be as abundant. You would think, right? So Mark gets it. He's on our side. Mark, again, I'm so glad you're on our side.
If we don't get no justice! If we don't get no justice! Woo!
Okay, so it looks like everyone's going to be marching back to their original rallying point, which I believe was 4th and Broadway. Not too many blocks. I am parked down here, but I'll walk a few blocks before I have to drop the live stream. Being broke is beside the point. Money is beside the point. These are things that should be freely accessible. I guess you're missing that point. It doesn't matter whether or not you have money to pay for them. You shouldn't have to pay for them, period. They should just be part of free healthcare. Respectful of others' opinions as long as their opinions aren't trying to step on the rights of other individuals. All right. So, behind me is the march leaving from in front of the Silbach Hotel, where Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett and Senator Mitch McConnell are believed to be currently meeting. What's up, bud? I didn't follow the march from the original location, so I'm not parked down there, so I'm going to let them go ahead and go back to where they gathered. Tar Bassett and Maxwell Mitchell are still alive with the march if you want to get an angle on that, but I'm going to go ahead and drop this live for now. So, thank you, love you! Woo! So, Jared Riot of Riot Heart Media signing off. Everyone stay strong, stay safe.
Doing all right?
Yeah, I didn't know about this till like an hour and a half ago. It was like